What is up, guys? Today we'll be talking about the HP X2 laptop that I picked up. I'll be sure to link it down below. So you can pick this guy up for around 200 bucks. It's a 2-in-1 laptop, so that means it does detach. So just to go over these specs real quick, it's not super impressive. I was able to get it for like 100 bucks at a pawn shop, so I wasn't expecting too much. But you have the Intel Atom processor clocked at 1.44 gigahertz. You also have 2 gigs of RAM, a 720p display, and you also have a 10.1 inch display, and you also have front facing speakers on here as well. So I was really impressed with the audio. So as you can see from the specs, it's not a super powerful laptop, but it does run the full version of Windows, which I was really impressed by. So that means you can install all of the applications that you want. You're not restricted like on the Windows S mode. So let's talk about the display a little bit more. So it's actually a pretty good display. So you do have an IPS panel on here, so it has pretty good viewing angles, and I can also take it apart from the keyboard, and I can actually put it on backwards, so I can put it in sort of like this tablet mode where I'm just watching videos like this, and also I can put it in tent mode where I can watch videos like this if I would like, or I can completely detach it and watch videos that way, or just web browse or do whatever. And I really like having that 2-in-1 experience. Now, the hardware on this laptop is definitely really premium. I hate super plasticky laptops, and this thing is pretty much a tank. It's very not super heavy, but it's pretty heavy for its size, which I like, because this thing could definitely take a few drops. As you can see, it's all metal, and it's got a really nice weight to it, something I really appreciate. Now, the keys on these guys are actually pretty good. They're not super clicky, but they feel like regular laptop keys that I'm accustomed to. You can actually type on here just fine, so I didn't really have a problem with that at all. I also found the trackpad to be extremely responsive. I didn't really have a problem with it. So overall, the hardware on this guy is great. You only have one USB port on here. You also have a headphone jack, and you have your volume rocker, and you also have your power button. So not a whole bunch going on. I wish they had at least one more USB port, but it is fine for what it is. Now, you only get 32 gigs of storage on here, but you can expand that storage with the micro SD slot on here. And I use mostly stuff on the cloud, so I wasn't too concerned with storage. So what can this laptop pretty much do? And it's pretty much a media laptop. I would not recommend it for gaming and stuff like that. Browsing the web is where this thing really shines, especially with the touchscreen. If you want to browse the web like that, it's very responsive. But overall, it's really just a media laptop. I wouldn't recommend this for playing video games and stuff like that. I tried to play some games on it, and it was just not a good experience, very laggy. Even the games in the Windows Store, pretty basic stuff like Angry Birds and stuff like that. So it's not really a gaming laptop, but for videos and watching Netflix and stuff like that, this does excel. Doing Microsoft Excel or PowerPoint, school stuff like that, it has no problem doing that. Now, surprisingly, I was able to run FL Studio on here, so if you're looking into getting into music production, I had no problem running FL Studio on here, so it ran just fine. So that's definitely something you can do on here. Just make sure it's the 32-bit version of FL Studio, and you'll be fine. Also, battery life is really great on here. It charges via USB Type-C, which is really convenient, and it charges with a 45-watt charger, so it charges pretty fast in my opinion. And I've been getting around 5 to 7 hours of battery life depending on how you use it, and that's basically just watching videos and browsing the web. So I really like the battery life on here. It's fine. It's nothing to complain about. When it is charging, if you're using it in the tablet mode without the keyboard, it does get really hot, so I definitely don't recommend that. Just put it on the keyboard, but yeah, it does get hot. I noticed that. So overall, I was pretty impressed with this laptop. It does come with a stylus, and you can also do digital artwork with this guy if you're interested in that on a budget. No problem with it. So that's something that you can do that's really cool on here. So overall, no real issues. I guess some of the highlights with this guy is that the speakers are really great on here. The cameras are actually pretty decent. If you want to use it for Skype or online school or whatever, you will be able to do that on here. And yeah, so not too many complaints. It's not a super slow laptop, you would think, because of these specs. If you don't install a bunch of spam adware and stuff like that. This should not slow down so far from my testing. So overall, really great. What do you guys think? Be sure to let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.